All right.
Okay.
Well, welcome and thank you all for taking the time out of your day or evening to join us. And thank you very much for allowing me to share my passion on belief, which I think a lot of you saw last week. Tonight is
So,
building belief
okay.
in the LifeVantage company. And if we could get everyone to mute out.
Okay. I just wanted to.
Lindy, you're muted.
Yeah, she's muted.
Lindy, you're muted.
Have I been muted the whole time? Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day or evening to join us. And thanks very much for allowing me to share my passion on belief. A lot of you saw that last week. Tonight is building belief in the LifeVantage company. So a few announcements. The May promotion, if you don't know already, is Physique Fat Burn with a 200 plus order. It's for everyone, consultants and customers, new or existing. And keep in mind that the 200 plus is pre-tax shipping and after the rewards credit redemption. Also, the True Science skincare study is out. We're excited about this. You can check out your Momentum Monday weekly newsletter email for the latest news and promotions. And we're going to have more on that on Momentum Live Tuesday, tomorrow on the US Consultants Facebook page. So catch that or catch the recording. And then save the date, mark your calendars for July 20th. It's Activate Virtual Event, and we'll tell you more about that as we get closer. But I think there's some exciting things coming up for Activate in July. And I'm going to share my screen, and Christy, just let me know if you can see that. Yes. Okay. Excellent. Well, like I said last week, and it bears repeating, you can have all of the tools, the systems, the resources, the training guides, the calls, the Zooms, all of it. But if you don't have belief, you're going to struggle and possibly not succeed at your business because you don't believe in it. So belief is your mindset. And this series, if you were on last week, you know, is all about building belief in 4 areas. So the first area is, if you missed it last week, was belief in the products. That's recorded. It can be found on Team Vitality and on the Team Vitality YouTube channel. And we want to say thanks to Kristen Klinger and Crystal and Mark Murdaco for sharing their powerful and life-changing product stories. If you missed it last week, please catch the recording. Today, we're going to build belief in the company. What makes LifeVantage different from other network marketing companies? We're going to hear stories from Belkis Coriel, Christy Vogt, and our very special guest is Skylar Fobbs, Director of Field Development at LifeVantage Corporate. And then next Monday, it's belief in the industry, the profession of direct sales. And then finally on Tuesday after Memorial Day, it's going to be belief in yourself. That's a big one. It's huge. You don't want to miss it. So set your reminders for these and every single Monday team training with no end date if they're not already set. So we're going to start with sharing 2 stories. First, Belkis Coriel. Belkis is a lover of Jesus and to an amazing man. She's a mama to 2 handsome boys. She's a successful hairstylist of 25 plus years and loves to bless people. And anyone who knows her knows this, loves to bless people with health and wealth. Another fun fact, as of last week, Belkis was number 16 in the company of the top 25 consultants who have completed the most 3-in-1 sets, which is 3 customers and 1 consultant. So congrats, Belkis. Go ahead and share with us, and I'm going to stop sharing my screen and make sure to unmute. Unmute. Do you see it in the bottom left of your screen? Bottom left, Belkis, you're muted. Christy, do you want to share while Belkis is unmuting? And if maybe Donna's on, can text Belkis.
Sure.
She
You
said
wanna
it's
go
not
down
letting
to the
her
bottom?
unmute.
Wait, I got it.
Maybe.
Oh, there, she got it.
It
She got
wasn't
it.
letting me. Now, yeah. Now
Okay.
I'm muted now, right?
You're good to
You can hear
go.
me? Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay, because it wasn't letting me unmute for some weird reason. I don't know. It was, I kept clicking on it, but it wasn't
That's
me. I
okay.
promise. I know I'm cray cray,
You're
but
on.
okay. So yeah, I've been in a few other network marketing. My name is Belkis. Hi, you guys. I know most of you guys here, and I've always dabbled here and there, but I've never had the success I've had with this company because, first of all, the first thing that got me really interested in this was the products and what they were talking about, the glutathione, which I had learned many years ago with my functional medicine doctor. And I was like kind of blown away with all the research and everything. And then I believed in Donna, and Donna had been doing network marketing before, and she had shared with me. So I really wanted to jump on board with her because I really trusted and loved her and believed in her. So I just love the fact that this company was publicly traded. So I know that they can't be, doing any sneaky things, it has to be very, right there in your face. And that one thing that really, really caught my attention was that Aaron Brockovich was on the board of it, which was pretty cool to me because I had seen that movie and I was like blown away by her guts and everything, fighting for what is right. And so the culture of the people here are just, it's amazing. Anytime I reach out to whatever top person, they reach right back down. They don't care. They help you in any way. You do a Zoom call, they're ready to train. Chrissy, Donna, Lindy, all of you guys, Tara, everybody. At any point, I can ask them and they will help me. They're really amazing. And so the compensation plan is amazing. You get paid in so many different ways. And that was really cool to me. Like the minute I jumped on, I'm like, oh, you got monthly this, you got this. I was like, what? I didn't even know how I was getting paid. And all of a sudden I was getting paid, So that made me, this never happened with another network marketing company. I've never seen that before. I've never seen how fast, I guess too, because the products sell themselves sort of. And then the products, just the results are there. They truly are amazing products. And I will never be off of them ever. I just love this company and I love the products.
Wow.
So
That's all. And we love you, Belkis, for sure. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing. Next up is our very own Christy Vo. Christy is an integrative esthetician, 27-year veteran of medical esthetician, working alongside dermatologists and a plastic surgeon. She's certified in whole food nutrition, taking a holistic approach to beauty and healthy aging. Christy's been with LifeVantage for 7 years, and she has clearly helped thousands of people reach their goals in health, beauty, and entrepreneurship. She lives in Colorado with her husband, Dave. We all love Dave. She has 4 grown kids and 7 grandkids, and her mission is to help others achieve quality life through optimal health, as well as financial success and independence using LifeVantage as a vehicle. And Christy?
Thank you, Lindy. I love this topic because you guys, first and foremost, we're business owners, right? And we have to be business savvy. And so many people come, you come on board and you're so excited because we've got life-changing products, but we also need to look at it as a business owner. So when we've all dabbled in other companies before, and I have as well. But 2.5 years before I joined LifeVantage, I joined a company because 2 of my girlfriends in town joined, and I really needed the opportunity. It was after I lost my brick and mortar business. And so, they sold it as a startup. It was literally a startup company. I think we were like distributor number, 20, 21, and 22. And man, we rocked and rolled and went to the top in just a few months. And we were, earning cars, and we had like 21 people on our team by the end, within 9 months, earning cars. And there were these bonuses that were paid up front, and we were like flying in money, and we were having so much fun. And it was a company that had 1 product, and it was a facial serum. And you guys, about 9 months into the business, like one by one, there were people that their faces were blowing up. And long story short, the product was creating some type of autoimmune response several months after using it. But if you think about that, like it takes a long time to realize where it's coming from. So it took like a good 2 years before we realized it's our product, like what's happening. And so and then what also was happening is these bonuses that were paid up front, they were just like a 2 years. So within 2 years, we were, losing our customers and our belief in the product, but we're also losing our money because the comp plan, we didn't really understand the comp plan because again, we weren't looking at it like as a business owner. So I jumped ship and I wanted to really make network marketing work. So I actually wrote down, before I even looked at LifeVantage, I wrote down the things like as a business-minded person would write down. So you could have the best product in the world, the best comp plan in the world, but if it's not the right company and timing, then it's all for naught, right? I mean, we're in this for the long term, the long haul, for sure. So I wrote down on a piece of paper, and I wish I still had it, maybe I do somewhere, but I wrote down, I need the company to be publicly traded because that one was privately held. So they literally could lie to us and lie about studies and everything. And nobody had any idea, which they did, by the way. So publicly traded, so everything's very clear and transparent. Products that people needed for like health and wellness and longevity. Because if you're just focusing on beauty or weight loss, then you don't have the retention because people, change products all the time. But this, obviously, we've got products that are, I wanted products that were unique and different and really had science behind them and contributed to longevity and health and wellness. And a solid comp plan that you could literally build, brick by brick by brick and have a solid foundation. It wouldn't just collapse like the last comp plan did. And then a corporate team that was professional and had integrity. And then timing's everything, right? I didn't want it to be like a legacy company that was already a household name. I wanted it to be not a startup, but strong enough and opening in other countries that was growing so I could kind of ride that wave. And my team that I brought on board could ride that wave to $1 billion company. So I had literally all of this written down. And then when I was looking into LifeVantage and researching and talking to Tara and whatnot, like literally all of the boxes checked. And so how I want to wrap this up is, you guys, you've got to be just as good at explaining to people the business and having a face-to-face business conversation with people and why LifeVantage is the business and the timing is perfect and the products are perfect. And you have to be just as good talking about the business as you do the products and have that belief and that posture.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Christy. And that's a lot of what we're going to share just within the next few minutes. And coming up, we are going to hear from Skylar Fobbs. But first, I want to share some exciting and interesting facts about our company that really Belkis has brought up and Christy's brought up. So that should tell you something right there, that there are some key points that we all see in this company. So what I've learned by investigating the industry, and I've been in the industry for over 20 years, and there's about 5 or so things that you need to look at. And Christy just mentioned many of them. I believe that you need to take a look at the company and the products that they're asking you to talk about. Obviously, I think you need to understand how you're going to get compensated. Christy just mentioned that, because obviously, if you're going to sacrifice your time, there's got to be some kind of reward for doing that. And I think it's really super important to take a look at the culture of the company and then the growth potential that your participation can help the company accomplish. And while we don't have enough time to kind of take a deep dive into each one of those, we are going to cover a few. So let's take a look at transparency. You heard Belkis say it, you heard Christy say it, you'll hear a lot of people say it, public versus private. This is one of the most important things about LifeVantage. We are a public company, not a private company. A lot of people ask me why I left the top rank, the very top rank, a national vice president at a previous company. Well, in short, we got word that the company was going bankrupt. Now, because it was a private company, no one saw this coming. No one could find out what that actually meant for us as a distributor. Why? Because stuff happens in other companies, just as Christy mentioned, that you don't see coming because they're not transparent. LifeVantage is a public and therefore completely transparent company. At any time, we can know the financial health of the company. And you don't have to monitor that because everyone in top leadership is monitoring that and they're looking out for us as well as the corporate crew as well. Also, what matters in a company to me is that they're willing to tell you where they spend their money. How much did they bring in this month? How much did they spend on research and development? I don't have exact numbers. And maybe Skylar could speak a little bit to this, but it's somewhere in the neighborhood of over 2 million a year that they spend on research and development. That's huge, you guys. And then hiring. I want to know they're hiring the right people, that they have money to hire corporate employees with experience. And Belkis mentioned it, we've all had to reach out to corporate and they're right there for us. They work beside us like no other company I've ever seen. And they're people that can help you grow your business. Commissions, Christy spoke about that. I want to know that they'll tell you exactly what they're going to pay in commissions. What do we earn for telling the LifeVantage story? We can be clear on that with the Evolve comp plan. If you don't understand it completely, we've said this before, that's okay. You don't have to understand every single thing about it. Just ask your upline and we're here to help you. And then are they forecasting properly? Do they consistently remain relevant? Paying attention to trends in health and activation. LifeVantage is on top of this. Gosh, I probably daily at the corporate office with new product releases, enhancements, and innovative ways to grow our business. So let's take a look at a few facts. And we did go over a couple of these facts before. And Christy mentioned them as well. So we are, again, publicly traded. That means we have stock. We're traded on the NASDAQ. Our ticker symbol is LFVN. We report our earnings every quarter. So every 90 days, we know exactly where the company stands. We're a member of the DSA. For me, this is an absolute must. They must be a member of the Direct Selling Association, and LifeVantage is. The DSA is a national association that protects and policies this industry. LifeVantage is debt-free. I want to know that the company is not going bankrupt like my last company while I'm out talking about their products. We have a board of directors that must answer to the public. And as Belkis mentioned, the one and only Aaron Brockovich sits on the board and has been a member since 2019. And you can read more about her. Go to your LifeVantage shopping site. At the bottom, you can go to investors info. And then once you get to that page, just click on under governance, click on board of directors. You can read about Aaron and all the other board members. And it's very, very impressive. And finally, we want consumable products. I don't want a jewelry or a cookware company for obvious reasons. We want products that people use and need consistently every single month. So this is an interesting fact. Do you know that in a recession, there are top 3 industries or products that people will continue to purchase no matter what? Food, obviously. Alcohol, somehow we're not surprised by that, right? And beauty and health products. People are still going to spend their money on those 3 things. And the retention rate on the LifeVantage products and subscriptions is extremely high. And we can learn more about that. Maybe Skylar again can talk to that, but I'm sure he has some interesting stuff lined up for us. So with that, I'd like to introduce our very special guest from LifeVantage Corporate, Director of Field Development, the glue that holds us all together, Skylar Fobbs. Skylar?
Awesome. Thank you so much, Lindy. And thank you, Christy and Belkis. That was really very insightful. I'm going to totally disappoint because I'm going to say the same exact things.
That's
So
great.
maybe I could put a little bit of twist. And believe it or not, we did not prep before and say, okay, just beat it to the drum with all the same exact things. No, but I guess that rings true to how important these few things are. I love the series that you guys are doing right now. The core to this industry, the 4 pillars to any successful company, and you guys are reviewing all of those. So that's fantastic. That's amazing training by this amazing group of leaders that you have here. So thank you for having me on. Really exciting things going on here at LifeVantage, and I just would like to start off with the biggest piece of what was being said earlier. What really stood out to me here at LifeVantage, and I've had the privilege of being here for almost about just over 11 years total. So I've been here for quite a while. I've gone down through a unique path from starting with LifeVantage when we were only about 40 million in sales a year, and watching the company grow to where we're at today. I did have a little stint where I thought that I was so smart in my younger years that I was going to go ahead and get ahead of those growth curves and get ahead of all the exciting things. And I got an opportunity to go to a startup for about 4.5 years. But I learned very quickly everything that I was missing, not being part of LifeVantage during that time, and got the opportunity to come back in about 2016. So pretty much I followed this group back over here. You guys are the ones that got me excited about LifeVantage again. No, all jokes aside, I will tell you that this has been a very exciting time for LifeVantage for a couple different reasons. So we know that we talked about us being publicly traded. That just screams transparency from your side, but also it helps from my end as well. I've worked for privately held companies before, and I will tell you, it's night and day different from being able to understand that we have a moral obligation to the field to not just make decisions based off of emotion or make decisions based off of the thought of the week, that these things have to be truthfully thought through, and they need to be in partnership with the field. And so that's been a great piece that I've seen on the corporate end that I love tremendously, because I'm all about the field. I'm all about our consultants. And I mean, we're getting free, or I guess we pay pretty good, but in my opinion, it's not coming out of my pocket. So it's free consulting that I could go ahead and get from any one of you at any time of the struggles, or where we're really doing really well, or how we can continue to improve in different areas within this business with LifeVantage. So I would say the transparency is fantastic, and that should be something that a lot of you are able to lead with, because there's not very many companies in this space from that publicly traded side of things. You also have the proven products, which I won't go too far into the product piece, because I know that's one of the pillars that you guys have and that you're going to be covering. But the products are everything. I was actually just talking to some of my coworkers that have worked with other companies, even as recently as within the past 6 months, that have just come over to LifeVantage. And it was funny, this was actually the #1 piece that they were blown away with, that they didn't even know that they were blown away with until they got more details into the activation story, and how we're at the forefront of being the activation company. That they were like, wow, we had no clue that our company, or that our products didn't even stand a chance against the products that LifeVantage has, because we take the time and we really take the commitment to every single product as we're launching them and developing them, but also how we're enhancing them. So I know that we actually just did this revamp to the skincare, which hopefully everybody loves. I've been using it. I absolutely love it. It's been really, really tough to fight off my wife from using it, but we've gotten in a couple scrapes and battles, but so far I'm keeping it on my skin, keeping it nice and moisturized moving forward. But that is what we continue to bring to the table, because the technology is completely different than where it may have been just a few years ago, or even back to when we came out with True Science. Sorry, I got my little guy trying to come in here. But even when we started with True Science back in 2010, 2011, the science has come so far. So we need to continue to adapt and grow in those different areas from the product standpoint. So you always have that backing from us, making sure that they're demonstrable and that they're the most advancement in the technology in the realm that we're going from. So we also have some more of the brain food that we're going to be releasing, and we're continuing to enhance that with the flavor side of things as well, that you guys will be able to finally get a taste of starting next week. So we're looking forward to everybody taking advantage of our new flavors of Axio, the LTO that's going to be coming out with our cherry limeade and our peach nectarine. And it's fantastic. So the next piece that I want to talk about is Evolve. So obviously people don't just do this for free. And obviously if you treat this like a hobby, it's going to pay like a hobby. But if you truly take advantage of this business and you leverage not only your efforts, but also the efforts of others that want to go ahead and share amazing products and have life change for them, whether it's them just paying for their own products, whether it's them paying for their bills, or maybe even it's on a whole different level of where they're reaching the executive ranks and above, and it's life-changing money where they're able to have that freedom to do what they want with their time. But Evolve offers that for everybody across the board. And it's not only one way that you could go ahead and capture that from the Evolve side of things. I mean, it's truly remarkable from sharing to customers to also on the flip side, if you want to develop leaders and develop individuals that are also sharing the product to customers and other consultants, you could do that and you could leverage it in that way. And that's what really stands out to me from the difference of other companies and where there might be. They have it's either one track mind towards the traditional way of building and trying to build up other consultants. And then you have the other side of things where they're very just focused on customer gathering. And why not do both? Or why not choose what lane you'd like to live in? And that just opens you up to the masses. That gives you so many more opportunities of individuals that would be enticed by what we have to offer here at LifeVantage. And Evolve is fantastic in that way. So hopefully a lot of you have enjoyed that switch over to Evolve. I know it's been a great benefit to a lot of organizations, especially this one across the board here at LifeVantage, and it's been exciting through that transition now that we've been on it for quite a while, and we've continued to see progress in it. But the last piece that I really want to touch on from the standpoint of LifeVantage is my absolute favorite and has always stayed near and dear to my heart is the culture. And I know we've talked about culture, but you truly don't understand until you really just immerse yourself in it. I know I heard Belkis mention about how she feels like she could reach out to anybody in her upline. And that's absolutely true. It's absolutely true where you could always reach up, ask questions, ask for help, ask for whatever you might need. But what's really unique is that it doesn't have to just be in your own organization either. That's cross-line. Every single organization is the same exact way. And that is not the same case at every other company. And that is very unique to LifeVantage. I've had some experience with another company, as I mentioned. And also I know from getting the feedback from a lot of the individuals that have come to LifeVantage that have been with some very successful companies, and hearing their insight of really just mind blown of like, wait, hold on, we could talk to the field all at once about the same stuff. We don't have to split it up to different teams. We don't have people fighting over, who gets what type of information or how to do certain things. Everybody wants everyone to win here at LifeVantage because we all know that that's the only way that all of us are going to be having the success that we want. And that's very, very unique. So the biggest thing right now that we have laying ahead of us or what we want to continue to grow in is just getting more individuals to share this amazing opportunity and to share what LifeVantage has to offer. And I think that's our number one goal as a company. And here on the corporate side of things, I know we're extremely excited with what we've seen. In the month of April, we had a huge month of enrollments. Enrollments were actually higher than what they were in the month of March, which historically every year, March is our highest revenue month, our highest enrollment month. But the fact that we've been able to follow it up in the month of April and beat those numbers tells you that we are starting a trend. We're going on the right trend. So I want to just encourage you guys with all the things that we're offering, from the discount codes. Make sure that your brand new enrollments know about the discount codes, whether it's a customer discount code or a consultant discount code, that they're leveraging those opportunities and the urgency to go ahead and get that early on win, and that they're leveraging the events that we're throwing out. I know Lindy threw out the fact that we have our virtual event coming up soon. Start getting ready for your virtual meetings, or what your virtual, I guess I
Watch
can't even walk through.
parties. We got
Watch
our watch
parties,
parties
Lindy, there
lined
we
up.
go. Get them all set up. Absolutely. Because these are going to be incredible. That's going to be where the culture is built. And what kind of culture do you want to have in your team? And what are you going to go ahead and supply for your team to leverage? So taking advantage of all the events, that's where the magic happens, whether it's virtual or in person. Take advantage of it for sure. But I'm just really excited about where we're at as a company and where we're going. And with these kind of leaders that we have on this call, I think it's no question that we're going to be reaching all new heights over this next year, as all of you guys are achieving our Rise Retreat and achieving our different incentives with the executive destination. And you guys are all earning the Rise tracks and taking advantage of everything that we're throwing at you right now, because there's so much for you and for your teams to be winning right now with LifeVantage.
That's awesome. Skylar, thank you so much. Hopefully in the future, we're going to let you take all 30 minutes. But if you want more of Skylar, you can find him on a lot of great stuff on the US consultant page. But we really appreciate you taking the time out. And so many things that you said really resonate with me. But coming from another company, and you mentioning the cross-line culture, and I saw that with the very first event that I went to in 2017 in Salt Lake City, is that we are all one team. And if you've never been in another company, it might be hard to understand that, but it's not always that way. And I think that LifeVantage, one of the key things that's in Evolve, that if you choose to go into leadership and change your lifestyle and that type of, you want that type of money and that type of rank, is that there's a leadership match. And I think that makes the difference. And that leadership match means we get a percentage of the whole company. So when we're at Global, when we were in Nashville, when we're in San Antonio, we're like, once you hit that executive level, everybody's on your team. So why wouldn't you help them? And so all those leaders that you're like, ooh, I mean, in my other companies, it's like, ooh, I don't want to approach that person. Ooh, you know what? That's presidential in another line. You don't want to approach that person. And everyone's so approachable. So, and so is corporate. That to me was huge. That culture of being able to approach anyone and just knowing that everyone's got your back is really awesome. So thank you all. I appreciate Belkis, you sharing, Christy, always great to hear from you. And Skylar, thank you. Super appreciate you joining us tonight. So coming up next week is Belief in the Industry. This one is big. This one, if you know me, you know I'm crazy about this industry. It's one of my favorites. Belief in the industry of direct sales and network marketing, why you need to be loud and proud, and why it's so dang hard for people to get over this, right? But you need to embrace it. And, you need to get past that. Is this one of those pyramid things? We have the answer to that, and how you can answer that and more about this amazing industry that we're all going to get a little louder and prouder about. So you don't want to miss that one. That's coming up next week. So Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Really appreciate it. Thank you for partaking in this series. It means everything. And I hope that everyone gained a little nugget here and there to help you with your LifeVantage business. Thank you. Good night.
Thank you, Lindy, Skylar, Belkis. This is awesome.